craft a golden apple. Well, that's true, but that's not how it always was.
Guys, I'm going now. Let's go.
1.3.1, you can originally craft these out of 8 golden blocks in an apple.
Black Party.
It wasn't the kind of gold
I think I
bar
read
they have
this.
now back then. So they were renewable, but they were still ridiculous to get. There even used to be an achievement for this when you crafted it. You know, back when they were called achievements, it would give you the overpowered achievement. But as soon as the snapshots for 1.9 rolled around, this feature was removed, which was a pretty big bummer, especially because it was bundled with the fact that regular golden apples got a more expensive recipe as well, going from nuggets to ingots. And for a while, that's just how it was. This was supposed to be one of the rarest items in the game. Other things like ancient sage chests,
you can hear the sound. No. Oh, it was that.
It just seems obvious. What happens when you take a screenshot of Minecraft? You're probably expecting something like this, or more likely some stable like this. But for a brief time during the internet phase of Minecraft, you could take an isometric screenshot that would look like this. I would press the F7 key, it would save the current location of all the mobs, and then show anyone where it used to happen. There are some mods that let you do the same thing, like the isometric renders mod. It would be really cool to see this come back into the base game. Solutions were able to build way more impressive things than we could back in the internet.
No, you get the
keyboard that's still doing anything in Minecraft. More hurtful is the fact that the cauldron could have been so much better.
No.
Minecraft was the plans for an advanced potion system. With this idea, we could have modifications to the potions that we
hate this book.
No. Changes like the ones that were shown off in the combat test snapshot. I think the best we're going to see for a while is just.
When did I miss it?
Like
Looks like this game is been hammered.
It's so much cooler, and hopefully it still will. If you look at the original sprite file for the items.png that used to be in Minecraft.
Let's go.
January 2010, the texture was
Yo, new color.
Until Dinnerbone tweeted out these two screenshots.
I love it that plays, guys.
Still worth exploring. You realize that Minecraft used to
Yup. Got a bunny.
In 2014, Mojang removed the
16 levels
nice
now.
to see this return in
Be careful, man.
Used to be scared of creepers? Sure enough, when those creepers.
Ooh, that way this is goes.
Silly. Send out. And really, I'm surprised there wasn't a simpler way to do it. Get scared. That way it's reactive instead of. Before the so-called flattening, there are ways to get.
This is so.
Or if you want to add in extra redstone functionality. There's features that were historic in some Minecraft players. Twitch and Minecraft have become a lot more synonymous. Integrate your Twitch TV account directly into Minecraft.
Get third. I get third.
Broadcast
Get third.
out of
I get third.
Minecraft without the need for OBS, and every Twitch chat show up as if
I
it was a regular
got.
chat.
Second, yeah, I get second.
One of the
I get
features was
second.
removed back then.
Yeah.
Things like
Yeah.
Minecraft Championship, the Dream SMP, really making Twitch and Minecraft more of a household thing together. I think it would be a fun idea. Especially if they do something like this game called Choice Chamber, where your chat can actually choose to summon in things through the game. There's been plenty of unofficial mods that have done that. To do this, especially if they already have some of the code, that would be so. In a brief period between Minecraft 1.
Ability shortcuts 50 or
Piston arm extended into you, then retracted, it could pull you up through the piston, which when that existed allowed for some incredibly fast and impressive elevators. I mean, really, the way to this let you it's pretty impressive, but now it just doesn't work the same.
I will show you that gravity that the secret way of all this. At parkour secret way.
Return would be really cool. Maybe even take it after this Reddit post and say that it should be a
Boom.
I don't know, I think it'd be neat. We're both supposed to let you features that we've lost along the years. One of which is the ability to have nether and end portal blocks inside of your inventory and create them. I mean, you're able to set block and summon it.
No, I missed the water. Yo, this is easy.
We're allowed to place down that same block we had it in our inventory. And to make matters even funnier, the use of a glitch like this that was shown off in the past, in Bedrock Edition,
Boom, boom, boom. Bum, bum, bum. No, that is again. I hate this because this is so hard. This is so hard. That is very easy. No! Skip content. Yo. No! I almost stepped in water. I almost stepped in water. Please again. No, no, no. Boom! Oh, not this. Not this.
Especially with all the
Not
changes
this.
that we got to World Generation, the wild update, the caves and cliffs. And honestly, I would much rather have caves sound like this than the spooky cave sounds that we get otherwise. I'm not mass substitution. Zombie pigmen are gone.
Boom!
because
Boom! Boom!
now the nether
Ooh, yo.
seems like splitting hairs, but
Just
as
gonna
a
do it
portrait for
without-
how iconic this original design
Just not gonna
was,
skip.
to have no way to actually put it back
Just
in the
just
base
skip
game.
that.
They have a way to
Goobie!
put these
Easy!
into
Easy!
would
Easy!
be a nice touch.
I missed it.
Or
Nice.
like using a name tag on a rabbit to get the special token appearance. Name a zombified piglin the same way. That'd be a good chance for us older players to experience the
No!
old days.
No! Ooh!
The old netherrack texture
Sick.
that in, because that
Sick.
should definitely
This
stay
is
dead.
this
And
is
with all the
even not
changes
a
that Minecraft's
glitch.
gotten to its world
This is
generation,
even not
it's
a
all
glitch.
this one.
Yep.
The world of Minecraft, that mixed in there with the amplified and super flat world types, it exists one that were customized. And this gave a lot of variation.
Ooh. Yo, yo.
Things like the ores, the sea level, and even what structure generated where, so you got some really crazy results. And honestly, it wouldn't be Mojang's first time adding these initially added for 1.8, it did get removed in 1.13. That was until Snapshot 20W21A, where they were added back in. Except for now, we've got no in-game way to actually modify the world menus. And the only way that you do it is by importing a custom JSON file. Which, if you're gonna add
How
that
can I
much,
win this, bro?
just give us full control.
I give up. I give up.
I think it would make it more
No,
accessible.
okay.
This isn't Steve, but rather, it's the old human mob that used to exist in
Oh,
Minecraft.
okay.
And
Just
folks, used to is an understatement. This was in the game a long time ago. Which means that it also got removed pretty early on to the game's
no,
development.
not this.
And while not saying that we should have to encounter these
Oh,
in
yeah.
survival,
No.
I do think that having one of these accessible through creative commands
Oh,
would be
no,
a
not
nice way to
this.
open
It's
up
good
map
for it, I
makers
get
to new possibilities. What I'm saying is that there's like way too many custom maps that use armor stands for basically the same.
Oh, it means I get fourth. I'm already in fourth.
Look like players, I think that would be a welcome change. But if you bring them back, also make sure that they move around less janky. Because if they look like this, I'd rather stick to the static statues. This is dirt, and this is grassless dirt. But that's actually
How can I go in?
a regular block of
It's
dirt
made
with
of
a
glass.
grown on top of it. The special grassless dirt variant allows map makers to actually have a variation
Oh,
of dirt that they don't have to
sick.
worry about keeping it separate and quarantined from the other grass blocks. And now,
That
I know
guys
there is
don't know
forest
about
dirt,
the
but that
this
itself
we
is
can
a
do.
different texture, which doesn't so much solve the problem as it does just brush it under the rug. And since this version of dirt already existed with old commands, I think adding it back in with the help
That
of
is the
GPT
one
data would be
you'll
a
see
nice middle
later.
ground for the more recent versions. In 1.72, Mojang added in the super secret settings to Minecraft. And I guess they were so much of a secret that they would go on to remove them from 1.9.
No, I just missed it. Then we're gonna be the on first.
Far from usable, but instead think that would be having actual shader support built into Minecraft, which would be a
No.
on consoles. Well, I don't think we need all of the super secret settings built into Minecraft.
Sick. No. Sick. Yo, this one is easy, but it's also be a little bit hard. Ah! No, that.
That would be 33 megapixels. This $50,000 camera, 400 megapixels. And mine
This is hard. Gonna see the what? I'm gonna miss. Why this is always 90 seconds stuff. I think I take too long. Yep. No.
145 bigger. That would have been a resolution of 36,450 by 17,700 pixels. And we could only do this back in the beta versions. That might have been for good reason. These wanted to screenshots to take up 1.8 gigabytes of space. Those were about to I do think that having the opportunity to take super high resolution screenshots in game would still be an awesome feature. You should be able to change screenshot resolution anyway, much in the same way you can't do with replay mod. That would be a welcome return. That puts the power back in the player's hands instead of accidentally filling up their hard drive when you press the F2 key. With 5 leather and 3 iron ingots, you can craft a saddle, or at least you used to be able to. And the same was true with being able to craft horse armor. While those ran it into the game for a brief time, they also were eventually removed. Which is just unfortunate. A horse already feels like a feature that doesn't get a lot of love, especially since Elytra and it just makes it even tougher. So seeing a way to craft this, you can really go over the especially if we could add armor trims to our horse armor. That would just be awesome. Textures have changed a lot over the years.
Just gonna get another one game.
All these pieces of wool haven't changed as much. We have had 3 different variations to how our worlds look.
No, I got the first.
4.2, this before 1.12, and how that's today. And while I get making the change to the other textures, I do think that some of these colors should still have their chance to shine. And who knows? Maybe if we had a feature much like how we
Who's
dial
going to
back in. That way, we still keep the colors that we're used to, and we gain the colors that only some of us
Everyone
use.
played Skywars in
One of
Hive
the most famous colors in history.
because I watched it from the video from the YouTube.
Like a bee or a mosquito.
Mega.
How short of a time this was in the game,
Look at the Skywars logo. That I think. With some. Wait. Ooh, that's the Skywars. There's somebody. What? There. What's to join that? Wait, there's somebody. What's my fence, bro? What is my fence? I think I will be alone, or there's something wrong.
Now, don't get me wrong. In some cases, the path block can fit just fine.
Why this is too?
Not as much. And really, I think
wait a minute.
would just make more sense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players are what I can do. Yep.
Size, which not only looks weird to see today, but it also meant that we could place things like redstone and torches on top of the chest. And having the ability to do that in recent versions would be a really welcome change for redstone. And while barrels do serve as a middle ground for this, let's face it, you also can't really trust the double chests. Every time you're in
Need to get some hearts. Shirts. I gonna go in. Yeah, warm up. Warm up, friends. This friend's never gonna kill. When that is my friend. Yep. Yes.
The same also goes for its counterpart with the placing block. Whereas with the pickaxe block is the left click function, this one function is the right click. Well, they probably need to be rebalanced so they weren't so crazy. I like that if Mojang ever decides to get rid of TNT duplication, throwing both of these in can be
Let's go, yo.
Shapeshifting's fun, and Mojang must have known that since they added in
Minecraft. Yo. Did you do Minecraft gigs?
Yeah, that's literally the name of it. It's a full joke. Stick with
They did. I think they did Minecraft gigs.
Survive won't be too much. Just have the ability with commands to turn yourself into any other
Yep.
mob. That would be great for vanilla, and particularly great for all the channels that do 100 days of living as a mob.
Boom.
Roger originally added these giant zombies to the game, and the idea is that these would function as some kind of boss or stop in the game, but that whole idea fell through. They weren't properly removed either. To put it in a notch, they were just too cool to remove. And honestly, I disagree, considering the only time I've ever seen these in the game, they never had AIs. They're basically just a big statue. Not to mention the fact that they only have 100 hearts of health, which didn't seem big at the time, but it's the exact same amount of health as the Iron Golem, which when you do a size comparison is not
Yup.
nearly as impressive. Now come here, this chicken, because as of the 2.0 update, chickens were a neutral mob, and they would even attack the player if they started to look at them, almost like an enemy. But even if that was the case,
I'm bye.
the chicken
I'm
still
done.
seems like a pretty easy
I'm going to do this. I'm just gonna pack this fighting in my Minecraft server. I'm not Minecraft server. I mean, not Minecraft server. I mean, I don't know. Let's go. Let's go.
Honestly, this sounds to me more like the custom game mode that
What?
Funny makes than
It's
anything
me.
we've seen before.
What this game is this? I hate this, bro.
We honestly don't know. I mean, sure, they were added into the game in 1.17,
1,
but they
2,
still don't have a proper
3,
implementation.
4,
You can't
5.
even craft them. And
5
if
black.
you build 2
Oh,
Minecraft notebooks
1,
into the
2,
future, that's
3,
still the case.
4,
This
5.
item does still seem
Yep.
useful, with the ability to let you stack up 64
Bum.
items regardless of the item type. They won't be really removed from the Caves and Cliff Part 2. But is it extinct? Who
another one.
knows? But is it forgotten? Well, not by the community, but maybe by Mojang. Now, when you break glass
Full
like
armor,
this,
full
it's
armor.
also
Yeah, I get full armor.
Why does this work? Well, that's because using chemicals, we were able to create hardened glass. And with this, it'll take longer to break than normal glass, but it'll drop itself when broken by any tool or hand. And folks, it isn't just us who has trouble breaking this glass, but the creepers have issues too. Since even though a regular glass block has a blast resistance of 0.3, when we use aluminum oxide and carbon trioxide to make
Hurry
hardened
up.
glass, now it's got a blast resistance.
Go, go, go,
Just
go.
for perspective, makes that
Go.
harder than any building block that isn't made out of obsidian. If you were to put ammonia and phosphorus inside of the lab table, then you can get this.
No, I get. I'm upset. No.
Guess what it does? What we've got here is a special kind of bone meal. And the easiest way to visualize it is that this works like bone meal used to back in 2012. Because if you use the super fertilizer, it'll instantly bring trees and crops to maturity. So you don't have to worry about a random chance of jumping
10,
off stage.
9,
Also, if you were to
8,
try this
7,
on a grass block, then it'll grow
Oi.
more flowers in a bigger area than regular bone meal. Which makes bone meal seem pretty
Ah!
this. But for those of you who play
1,
Minecraft on
2,
console,
3,
this is instantly recognizable as the Minecraft tutorial world. And it's probably a bit nostalgic because this hasn't been in the game since.
Diamonds! Diamonds!
The classic Minecraft logo built across the sky with a whole bunch of tutorials
We'll
underneath
do it later.
the details of Minecraft. As charming as this was,
I think someone's still
this will
my
remove from the game
diamonds.
eventually. And now the only way to get it is by downloading a map. I guess if anyone should be happy this got removed, it would be me. But I'm a little sad to see this piece of Minecraft history go to the wayside. Ever since Minecraft's Wild update, this popular feature no longer exists. But before 1.19, it was possible to upgrade your brightness from bright to super bright, considering that you could go into the game's files and just manually change the gamma settings.
Warm up.
I guess it does make sense that the same update that they updated the deep dark
Yo,
also removed
knock
this
back.
same brightness option. It kind of removes the fun. And nowadays, the only way they're going to pull this
Someone
off is
spilled the.
many mods out there that exist for a third.
Where's the blocks?
Now, so far, these look like
Are you serious?
close. You quickly realize these are the new
What is doing is this?
and yeah, they're literally called NPCs. And here we have the ability to customize these new characters in some pretty neat ways.
One,
such as giving them a
2,
custom name, choosing their appearance out of 20 different skins, and we can even let them create these dialogue boxes by using attaching commands. And luckily for us, and for the NPCs, they're invincible, so they're not going to take any damage from any mobs or players that decide to get a little rowdy. And honestly, this is a feature that map makers in Java would kill for. And for that matter, they look a lot better than ours stand, so I hope we get them in the base game too.
Go, go, go! Go, 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 go!
Now, as you can guess by the name, these are blocks
Another
that serve as
one.
an educator
Like
to
this
place
one
specific
here.
areas where players can or cannot build. They can be like selective spawn protection. That way a teacher can set up a plot for the class to build, without giving the class a fair trade-off. Somehow able to beat the
Yep.
block at a time update,
Yep.
we find
Yep.
out that after breaking all
Yo.
the end crystals in the game,
I'm going out, I'm going out, I'm going out.
you'd be able to ride the boss just by punching it, which was capable of letting us do some pretty wild
This video is super duper jump.
which is good, because normally when you ride a dragon in the overworld, it doesn't
I don't know how to play Bed Wars.
the dragon down into the void, void, you'd find that in this update, it's a lot more forgiving. Now, it teleports the player right up to build limit in the overworld, which is still going to be hard to clutch, but you have a much higher chance if you're not instantly bullied in the black abyss. Minecraft's pigs have never been particularly fast, but that all changes when you get in the mud. See, taken after Minecraft, this muddy pig variant loves to roam around in mud-bound swamps. And lucky for us, it moves pretty fast when it does, which means we can buy them for a new form of agile transportation. Or if that's still not cool enough for you, then just know that you can shear its tulip for some extra dye as well, giving us both a new farm and a new ride. This here is the camp.
Here, they're never gonna see me, but
first, if you use it inside of your inventory, you can take a first-person screenshot of
wait, I can put this here.
then you'll become an entity and start to take photos from the camera's perspective.
Hiding. I think they're never gonna see me, bro.
Considering that it plays the same detonation animation as the TNT, but don't worry, it's completely safe. And once you get the perfect shot, you can look inside your new portfolio item and see the different photos that it takes. Which, considering Bedrock doesn't have a screenshot functionality, I guess is the best we got. While Minecraft's textures have famously changed a lot, the game doesn't just look different, but it sounds different too. And nowhere is that more noticeable than when you take damage. Right, I'm familiar with this damage sound effect. In the past, there was that classic sound effect where Steve would say, "Boom," and as charming as that is, it's easy to understand why it was eventually removed. This here is an ice bomb, and while it sounds cool, its use is even cooler. Since with one of these, you're able to freeze water on impact. And since you can throw this like an egg projectile, you can start to use this for your own kind of ice bomb parkour. Though, be careful when you try this, because it does have a cooldown like an ender pearl. And what's also interesting is that this is the only projectile that's capable of hitting an enderman. But the reason that it does is because there's no effect for getting hit by this. But it is worth mentioning that if you throw one of these while you're underwater, it'll collide with a water source block and encase you inside of ice, which might just offer you some legendary protection while you're hiding away from a giraffe. Is really good ride a ghast? Well, kind of. Since in 2015, Mojang made it in
50
such a way
points,
that
I
you could
think.
ghast, but you couldn't control it. And the same
Natural was from the
no
thing.
more carrot on a stick,
Block
so
top.
you couldn't choose where the pig
I
wanted to
mean,
go, which is a bummer.
block
But
party.
it turns out that without it, you're able to climb walls now, giving us the kind of spider pig that even Homer Simpson can appreciate. This is the deadliest rabbit in Minecraft, or at least one of the deadliest.
Secret Master
Ever since 1.8,
1000. Yo, Secret Master 1000.
For this, according
But
to
they're just
Jeff,
not gonna.
the joke's already been made to death, so it was then removed. Or should I say the spawning was then removed, because if you use the summon command, it is still possible to get. I just wouldn't recommend that you stand too close when you do. Minecraft Dungeons added in this mob called the Enchanter, and now we've added them to the base game. Here, this guy enchants nearby mobs to make them into more powerful versions, which is intimidating for sure, but it also adds a fun challenge to your next raid. And since they're not that threatening by themselves, it makes sense that they try and buff the nearby Vindicators to give you some more trouble. And I think that's a welcome change of pace for the next time you get the Bad Omen effect. This here's a balloon, but what might shock you is just how powerful this thing is. Because even though we can tie this entity to a wall or a fence to keep it grounded, it's when we tie it to a mob that it really starts to get silly. See, in the Education Edition, you can get these guys to lift right off the ground. But unfortunately, you can't attach these to monsters, so they're
She's never gonna see me.
It's kind of funny in its own right. And if you have yourself a bow and arrow or a trident, you can even shoot down balloons to pop them. When Dragons were first added to Minecraft, they came along with a bug, which is that through special methods, you're actually able to equip armor onto dolphins. Granted, you wouldn't be able to see it since it didn't render on top of the mob, but if you try to hit one of them, especially one with thorns, you'd notice that they actually have the armor and its effects. And then if you kill the dolphin, it even drop the armor as well. But this was eventually removed, and it has been in the game since, which is maybe just to keep us from doing a cruel joke of giving a dolphin Frostwalker and watching whatever kind of horror unloads. And on top of modifying the building permissions, there's also a way to modify other permissions using the new /ability command. With this, adding give players certain permissions just to that player. Or lets the world builder permissions so they can build wherever they want. Or you can give them the ability to fly with the Mayfly command. And finally, you can give them the ability to lead another player, which might be helpful if someone's talking during a lesson. And with the way these work, these abilities end up being similar to game rules.
Wait. Ah! Sick! I did it. Wait, how good? Where did he go?
These have a range of influence that extends both up and down infinitely, so you can't just dig under them.
Wait, what are you doing? I saw you. What are you doing?
These, if you have yourself an ender pearl or chorus fruit, you can still teleport through them. Just don't get suspended if you try to. Minecraft villagers used to look like this. See, back in 2010, a career suggested adding in pigmen as NPCs.
What are you doing?
Over time, these were the things that
What are you doing?
instead of the scroll
Do it, do it.
Got these instead. Though even those mobs were removed to make room for zombified piglins instead.
No, I know it's
Seems
from
like
there.
Mojang can never quite decide what to do with them, which is a shame since the idea was that you could even hire these pigmen as bodyguards, which is something Mojang.
How did he know you should find me here?
With a structure made out of gold blocks, cobblestone, and a nether reactor core, you could build yourself a so-called nether reactor, which was a feature that only existed in
No,
old versions
yeah.
of Bedrock Minecraft. And once you went through all
Let's
those
go
steps,
for
message telling it was active,
a bit. I think team of two.
the game where you couldn't go into the nether dimension actually, this was a solid substitute. Now I've already seen the ice bomb, which was
Bum
possible.
bum
How about the
bum
inverse of
bum
that?
bum bum bum.
After putting a mix of iron, water, salt, and charcoal into the lab table, we get this unique
S
block,
I
which when
N
placed
A.
down will melt snow layers of ice within 2 blocks in it. Same elements that go inside of the hand warmers. Though I don't think I want to put any of these blocks inside my pockets.
Yep.
Before you head to the nether, write out a written book and toss it through first.
Can you help me,
Instead,
this
I'll
guy?
create this new funky portal. This feature
Do
is
it.
part of the Infinite Minecraft update. Our players can use 2 billion new dimensions per seed, which sounds like a gimmick, but if you go through, you actually put some really cool portals through this. And I'm kind of disappointed that those biomes don't exist in the game, even if it means you can sit through a bunch of she's still kidding us. Since Minecraft 1.7, I haven't been able to get a rose in vanilla Minecraft. The reason's not serious, it's all just because the rose was eventually replaced with the name Poppy instead. And while texture packs like vanilla tweaks let you change this back to the original name, I think it's still a bummer for our iron golems. I mean, they don't even give out
No.
villagers flowers anymore.
What? This is all red. Oh yeah.
Get a blue, green, red, and purple variants. But unfortunately,
Murder mystery, murder mystery, murder mystery.
considering that is possible with the RTX features in Bedrock Edition. And instead, if you want light underwater, we've got to talk about our second variant, the new underwater torch. Now, this is something that we obviously can't do in vanilla. And the whole reason it's possible is because we add magnesium to our torch's recipe. And with this, we get a new silver and blue variant of the torch that's capable of lighting up as much blocks underwater as a torch does above ground, which might be handy for when you're looking for a place to explode the new underwater TNT. Now, the way that we get this blue block is that we add a sodium element with a TNT crafting recipe. And then, once we do, we're able to ignite this TNT underwater, much like
What?
above ground.
Oh, this is
And
so.
the reason this is
Yo!
so
What is this?
as of 2022, there's no longer an inventory.
Oh, they murdered a lot.
That was the case in the
How did they murder a lot? Hey, yeah. What is this? What is this? Oh no.
Since we got up close to a
Hey, yeah, what is this? Parkour, parkour.
All entities in the game can be picked
Nice.
up, whether those friendly, neutral,
Parkour,
or even
parkour,
hostile. And you can find
parkour.
different mobs that have special abilities depending on which one you're holding, almost creating its own meta. This mob could have been in Minecraft, but now it will. So you can
Oh
play
yeah,
17
I'm getting
mobs.
crazy.
Mojang showed off 4 designs, with only the Phantom being the one to make it into the game. And according to developers, the other
Wait,
ones
this
that
is the one?
are doomed to never be released in game. So this Kraken mob will only exist in this mod.
Wait,
Monster of the Ocean
how
Depths
did
is
it
a
so
reptile.
fast?
It's a hostile mob that chases you down, whether you're swimming or in a boat. And if it gets close,
Oh.
it like so. Which sounds scary, but how much worse could this be than a drowned trident? That's true fear. Now, this might look like a tiny
Can do.
one, but don't get it twisted. This here is the new Agent Mob, which is a special entity meant to teach players.
Wait, how did I die?
Because if you use
Oh,
the
I
new
step on
intellectual
water.
building tool, you can actually give it different sets of commands of what to do. So, for example, we coded in this loop of text so that now
This is too hard.
inside the world. And if you even have it break and place blocks,
Next
it has
is-
its own 27 item inventory. And while you can see by this list that there's so much that this can do, unfortunately, it can't interact with levers or buttons. It's still not replaced for the copper golem, which honestly just feels like a slap in the face for Mojang. But with how many other things you can use to code from this, I guess that makes up for it. Stop making your boats out of wood, but instead make them out of
How did it-
No joke, since Mojang
how
felt
can-
it was too fragile,
how-
they added
we can
a
go,
obsidian boat
but
instead, which now-
Dude, don't forget to put this banner. Yo, this is sick.
Why you didn't
on the lights?
Pay for safety, I guess. This is the rarest structure
Oh, I'm busy.
doesn't exist anymore. before, but even when they existed in the game, these giant brick pyramids were rarer than woodland mansions are today. So you would have only found them during the in-depth phase of Minecraft. Which Plus, they did have a specific location that they spawned at, so as soon as you found one, you were still able to share with your friends. This is a sign, and this is the chalkboard, or rather, chalkboards, since we have 3 different sizes to choose from. We've got the 1x1 slate, the 2x1 poster, the 3x2 board. And what's interesting about all of these is that they let us put more text on a board instead of a regular sign. If you have the largest size, you can type up to 15 lines of text on the same board, which is definitely helpful for different instructions. But besides that, they work with regular signs. You can walk through them, water lava doesn't destroy them, the whole 9 yards. And with that, folks, YouTube thinks that you might like this video. So see you on the right, and good one.
No. I'm going down. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys. See you next time. Oh. 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 I do first. Ooh, yes. Yeah. Oh,
it's impossible to subscribe to the channel before this cow hits the floor. So aim for that white sub button below and start the timer now. And even if you subscribed after the cow became a smash burger, means it's done, and let's get to milking. This is what happens when you milk a cow. Sure enough, but what happens when you milk a pig? You get pig milk. Disgusting. Dan, what are you wearing? Are you a banana? When you drink pig milk, you get saturation. That's so weird. We already eat milk. Alright, so saturation's pretty good. What are we doing next, fellas?
Okay, so we did cow, we did pig, let's do chicken.
Yeah, chicken milk.
Doro the Oreo. Yo, it says Oreo. Yo.
This one gives you slow falling. Like a chick, you know what, that makes sense. 5 minutes? This is great, dude. This is why Rocky would do raw eggs. This actually legitimately is probably the most useful one we've
No! What? How? Why this? Listen, I hate this.
It's easier. Alright, next milk.
Oh, we do spider?
Spider? Wait. There we go.
Oh, that doesn't look good for me.
This one gives night vision and also spider. I punch something and you spawn cobwebs.
Oh god, that's awful. Ow.
Oh, spiders walking upside down is very scary, actually.
That is actually extremely terrifying.
Wait, you could walk through cobwebs too.
Oh, I was wondering what was happening in there. You climb walls? I'm gonna climb a wall. Are you kidding? Well, I just thought he was gonna bash into it like his teeth open. Wait, this mod is awesome.
Okay,
The
it
text
looks
people.
disgusting and it probably tastes disgusting too, but I would drink spider milk any day. Spider milk rocks. If that's any indication, we got some good milks coming up. Alright, Jay, next thing.
Now I want to see another hostile mod because that was disgusting and I want to know what bats do.
Ooh, that's a good bat. Oh, if we can catch it. Get it. Wait, I gotta flip the others. There we go.
Out in here.
This is actually. Oh, you got it.
Bat milk.
Thanks, guys. I'm going now. Bye.